Hello everybody and welcome to episode 4 of Nick and Sergio's Fun Watchlist. Today we are covering the 4th episode of La Quinta Ola of La Mas Draga. Yay!
Yay, season 5.
Yes, I'm Nick, this is Sergio.
I'm Sergio.
Very excited to be here. This was an episode full of twists, would you not say?
A lot of twists.
Lots of twists, lots of
Started
surprises.
Hay's the culprit of this episode.
Hey. Yeah. The one thing we should say before we get into the mini challenge is Johnny Carmona comes out and he says that the main challenge for the week is going to be La Más Recursiva, what would that translate to roughly?
The most resourceful.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense with this challenges. It's very similar to Drag on a Dime, you know, all these like unconventional material challenges.
Materials specifically, I feel like.
The kind of thing you would see on like a Project Runway maybe. And it was a fun challenge. But first, we have a mini challenge where they are told to get into quick drag. They have 6 minutes.
Yes, they give them 6 minutes to get into quick drag. And as soon as they all finish, they're like, all of your outfits don't work for what we're doing. And so you just wasted an entire outfit that you could have worn for the show to be seen for like 2 seconds.
To me, that's funny because to me, if you're wearing something truly stunning in your mini challenge look, you're missing the point of the quick drag. Like, this is where you can wear something super busted, super off the rack, something that's probably going to get destroyed by like hay or poop or what have you.
Yes.
What did we think of these little animal costumes they put them in?
I at first thought that they were going to choose, like, if you're a cow, you're team A, if you're a pig, you're team B. I thought that was just the direction of the mini challenge, and then I close my eyes, open them, and then I see hay.
I feel like if there's gonna be 2 animals, there should be like 5 animals. Either have them all be piggies, or have them be pigs, cows, horses.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand the you're one or the other. It didn't really make sense in the end, but...
So we have some notes for the prop department, but I will say... It's very funny to make people get into quick drag and then put them in little animal onesies and cover their whole face. It was a funny little prank.
When the mini challenge was happening, all I saw was just pure dirt flying around everywhere. That's what I saw, like, as soon as they all jumped in.
Hay, like, gets so dusty and gross, and I'm glad that they were provided goggles and stuff, because that would get right in their eyeballs. They dig through, a few people get the tips. Everyone gets a tip, right? And these little Easter eggs.
Not everyone. Majority of them find the egg. And I don't know if they split it evenly or if you found one egg, you only keep one egg. So maybe they all got one egg.
Regardless, the mini challenge ended when Uma found the special item, the lipstick.
So Uma Kyle picks up the lipstick. Yes. And we then find out that... whoever has the lipstick can pick a box again. And if you're correct, you may potentially get immunity again.
An immunity that lasts forever.
That's like the crazy...
You can just keep it until you're in the bottom.
Yeah, like you can literally keep it with... It's like your bar chocolate, but
you can
done
use it
earlier.
Whenever,
or like done in,
and you know
in
it's
person.
There.
Yeah, like you right away know who has it.
Yes.
And that's why no one got it for the first 2 episodes, but then now someone got it. And then someone used it right away.
Well, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But because that also brings another rule of like, wait, so you get to pick who's in the bottom?
That makes this challenge so much more important. And they didn't even mention that aspect.
Yeah, so I feel like this entire episode is just crazy. Let's just move into the main challenge.
Did you say move with a longer O because of the cows?
Move into the next challenge.
So they go back into the workroom. As they've been told, they will be designing an outfit this week, and they see what materials they'll be working with. It's a lot of...
It's just trash.
It's trash. It's like DIY stuff. It's like stuff you might find in a dumpster or at a hardware store or like at a fabric sale when they're trying to get rid of some fabric. I don't know. They always throw a little fabric in there. A liquidation sale of some sort. You have gone to a very weird estate sale and you can grab random stuff.
Yeah.
And the person was rich but also maybe a hoarder. Like that's sort of the selection that they are working with. This workroom was very chaotic. I feel like the producers tried their best to kind of check in with every single person, but that just sort of confused me as to, you know, who I should be focusing on. Because I think for both of us going into the runway, we were pretty sure about who was going to do well, and then we were surprised by what we saw on the runway, And then I think we were maybe surprised again by who received positive critiques. It was very strange.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Who did you think was going to be doing good this challenge?
Well, right away I thought Fiesta was going to do awesome because, you know, she's been kind of the girl I'm rooting for. She's very creative. She seems pretty crafty. And I saw her working with the translucent purple material. And I thought it would be really pretty. We'll talk about what happened. Who were you excited for based on what you saw in the workroom?
I feel like based on the workroom and based on the last few episodes, Santa Lucia was someone that I knew made a lot of her outfits, or that, you know, that was just kind of what the conversations were during the workroom. And then my next one was obviously Paper Cut because, hello, it's
Paper
in the
Cut
name.
makes stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and also we've seen Paper Cut in the previous season, so we know what Paper Cut can do with unconventional materials. So they were like literally the people who I knew were gonna go far, and then in addition to that, Light King as well.
Light King, yes. Yeah. What an episode for Light King, and I frankly can't wait to get into the runways. Coming to the stage, it's our dear host, Maca Carriero, and I love this look this week.
Finally.
Okay, be nice.
After last episode's outfit, like anything would be better than that, but you know, this is much better.
It was, okay. Maca, if you're watching, and I know you are, I liked your look last week. Was it maybe not a runway look? Was it maybe more of a like meet and greet, go shake hands with the fans look?
This is what I said earlier. It is the look that you take to a warehouse party, like an after hours, where you see that gay that thinks they're so hot, and then they're just wearing a tank top with some orange pants. That's what it felt like.
Okay, well, I really like this garment. I like the anime screen printing. I like the shoulder pads.
Oh, this one is perfect.
I love her makeup this week.
She looks a little short. We did say that.
I think covering up her neck, which works for the shoulder pads, it does shrink her a little bit. Yeah. So she looks short, but hey.
Overall, great.
Yeah, you can look really fierce if you're short.
Yeah.
Just ask Yari Mejia. Georges, and who else is short? Venenito
is the star of this season.
I agree. Venenito is gonna secretly win at the end. So yeah, Maca looks great. We go over to Raquel. Raquel is looking so lovely with these.
Stunning.
It's a great concept because it's the tape measures are the dress. Mm-hmm. She's like a. What do people who make clothes? What are they called? Who are they? She's a seamstress. She's like a seamstress fantasy where she is covered in, you say it, the measuring tapes.
She's a seamstress.
She's a seamstress fantasy.
Point.
She's made out of measuring tapes.
She's beautiful. She's gorgeous.
She's a model. She does look a little like a seamstress. Next up, we have Yari Mejia. She's looking great. I love this headpiece on her. This sort of Grace Jonesy, dripping, more like...
It's an Olvera headpiece.
An Olvera, that guy, the villain of last season.
Yeah, the villain of the entire franchise.
And then, of course, we go over to Letal. And she's just having fun this season. What a goof.
Letal this season compared to the previous seasons, it's like light and day.
Her looks are better. I think she feels like it's been a journey for her, but I think she's just so natural on camera at this point. She's very funny. And her looks are just much more conceptual. And I think she's not afraid to like poke a little fun at herself.
Yeah, I love this outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we meet our lovely guest judge of the week. It is the fantastic Natalia Tellez, who I just became acquainted with on this episode, but wow, is she charming and funny.
Oh, she is an incredible guest judge this episode.
Awesome.
And I feel like I've seen her TikTok video. Not TikTok. She's not a TikToker, but she is a host for a TV show. And
she seems like it. She was very natural.
Very natural on camera. Also, I feel like very natural to open up and be a little dirty. And
she was fun.
That was fantastic. And, you know, I think that's something that she can't really do on national TV.
You were saying that people were mostly excited when they heard
people online were dying. And, you know, they were making jokes of wanting this to be the main judge of the entire season.
Oh, I mean, if she was... First of all, I'm Team Maca. I love Maca. Maca, you are killing it. But if this girl wants to come host next year, I'm down. She was very funny.
Oh, yeah. She was hilarious. I think she's a big contender for next season.
I hope she does it. Natalia, we love you. Thank you for guest judging. Let's get right into these runways because I think we have a lot to talk about this week, especially because they made these in the workroom. And is this the first design challenge of the season?
This is the first design challenge, yeah.
Wow, so extra exciting.
This is the challenge where we get to really see who is crafty and who just has designers.
We separate the queens from the princesses.
Exactly.
Okay, so first to the stage we have Paper Cut, and Paper Cut's back, baby. Paper Cut is firing on all cylinders. I love this peacock look. I love the tail. I love that he is the drag king of the competition and he's representing a beautiful male animal. That's pretty cool.
And I like that, not to be like Letal and be like, oh, he's following Letal's advice, but like, you know, seeing his hair pull back with the paint, like it really put you there.
It elevated
when you
it.
saw it. Yeah. Yes, exactly. My only comment is the leggings.
The leggings we had some disagreements about. The judges also didn't care for them. I think I was trying to figure out if they were white or if they were more of a seafoam. I think if they were a seafoam, I would have liked it more, but they looked a little white.
But they were like nature, or, you know, they're in animals' legs.
What color are peacock's legs?
They're not white.
Well, what color are they?
They're like a brown, black, you know, like they're like chicken. Well, those are more red.
I don't think you know. I think you're guessing.
No.
I think you're making an educated guess.
No, I remember I've seen peacocks in person.
Where? At that graveyard?
Which graveyard?
Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
Where would I see them there?
They have peacocks there.
Oh, like hanging out? Oh, that's so cute.
They walk around and they're also there's like a area where they all live in a little cage together.
Oh, that's cute.
I think they're allowed to leave
I would
them.
go to like the drive-through farms. You know, like in Texas, that's like a big thing that you like drive through.
Like a hayride?
Is that what it is? Like open fields and there's animals and then you can feed them through your window, and if you get scared, you can just put the window up and you can drive.
I think the capper for this runway was the fact that he left the stage and then sat in his little tiny
That
nest.
was so cute. Also, the most resourceful bitch.
Using
we
the hay
used
from the
that
fucking
for the
mini
mini
challenge.
challenge, so bring it over here. So that was very smart.
Very smart.
Very smart.
Worked for the challenge.
Pretty
Worked for the
amazing.
concepts. Very proud of you, Paper.
Great look.
Next to the stage, we have Fifiesta. What happens?
What happened?
I see how this could have been better if maybe
Much better.
I see how she thought it would be better though, because like I feel like if the reveal of the train popping up was like a little more impactful, it would have made up for how basic the garment was. It was giving me like ajolote again with the little fins on the head, and I was like, we've kind of already done this before. This was very surprising to get from her. And
yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I mean, she looked beautiful on the
the face was pretty.
She was incredible. I don't know why when she lifted that up, I was not living. When she lifted her little tail, and also I thought she was a bat. Like the entire runway, I was like, she's a bat. I was like, she's a bat. And then I realized that she was a fish.
She's a fish.
And I'm not really sure how I feel, but I know that I'm surprised by the good amounts of critiques she got.
I was surprised by that too, because I was sort of like, oh no, my girl's going to be in the bottom. But luckily, we've seen her lip sync, so I wasn't too worried.
I mean, she was safe. She was going to send home whoever it would have been.
But I was kind of surprised they didn't put her in the bottom just to like kind of shake her up a little bit, because if this doesn't put her in the bottom, is she ever going to be in the bottom?
I mean, I do have a theory.
Oh, well, spill it. Let's talk about it.
They already know Mikhail has the
pill.
The pill. And so they're like, we cannot put Fifiesta and Liza and Susie in the bottom. So we need to put someone in between them. And so that was Catalina and...
Okay, because otherwise... Uma could have picked Fifi and Liza.
And Susie, because she would have been like, you were the one that was behind me on the...
Okay.
So, you know, I don't know.
A little bit of a conspiracy theory, but I think there's some merit to this one. Don't listen to most conspiracy theories, but this one might be good.
It was all about strategy, and they knew that Uma was not going to pick, which would have been amazing. We'll talk more about it, but
yeah,
let's go on to the next.
Next up, we have Peque Balderas. And
I was in shock.
spoiler alert, this is my favorite runway.
I love this.
I thought it was stunning.
The fact that she folded every single part of the dress and the sculpture, the silhouette. I was very in shock by how little the judges liked it.
And considering we had, some of my favorite looks were this, but considering we had 4 or 5 looks that were using the clear purple plastic and pairing that with like a yellow for a pop color, we had several people do that. And this was so outside of that color palette. I thought she deserved credit just for doing something so different. I guess the one critique I kind of got was like, I don't really get what the box was. And she was like a doll in a box. What was she saying?
Well, she was packing lunch for her husband and she was sending her husband off to work. But then she realized that the husband forgot the lunch. So she just left the lunch on the other side of the stage. And then she just went away. And then the judge was like, oh, I thought it was a bomb. She's like, I've been living in Mexico City for so long. I thought you literally left a bomb on the stage.
I mean, that story gave me big, like, crystallized, metamorphosized
I mean, that's literally what she was doing.
Yeah. It's like, oh, same I promise this makes sense.
Because she was like, well, I'm a paper doll, and so I just added this. Like, literally, and then she was like, it has no meaning? No, it has no meaning. I just added it to, like, give more shiny.
Okay. I mean, it's a drag competition. I think more shiny is good, so... All right, Peke, we like you. We disagree with the judges on this one. Moving on, next to the runway is Uma Kyle, and... Girl, we live for you, Uma.
I think she looks stunning.
I think she looks good.
Yeah.
I do think is very simple as far as what she constructed.
Yeah, I think it's, like, you can only see one material.
Yeah, and she transformed it a little bit just with paint. I don't know, it needed...
Something.
It was just a little flat. But did you like the runway performance itself? I mean, it was fun when she...
I don't remember.
Well, she bit the Toxico.
Oh, that's right.
And this girl is good about hiding her props because I did not see that blood pack in it.
I mean, she did the same thing when she pulled the purple gloves and she'd like pull it out of her back. I was like, okay, girl, you go.
If you need some like fake blood or some like bright colored paint, just ask Uma. She's got every color in her purse. She will pull out whichever one you need. She's got you set. I do think the vampire storyline like elevated a little bit.
Yes. I think it saved it a little bit.
I kind of agree that it wasn't enough to pull it out of the bottom 3, but maybe it was good enough to pull it out of the bottom 2, in my opinion.
Well, she got pulled out of it either way.
She got pulled out of it either way, but... Next up, we have Hidden Mistake, and I think this girl is kind of a sleeper to win the crown. She keeps doing consistently above average, and I think if she has a couple breakout episodes, she could win it.
I think she's, like, above average, but, like, there's always something. I don't know if it's overlooking, that they're, like looking at heights, and they're like, well, we don't see you. I don't know what's happening. I do have to say, this is the second runway look that is the same silhouette and the same material. A little bit more creative, but it's still the essence is the same. If you put her next to Fifiesta, it's the same to me.
I think this one is much better. I think you're a little softer on it. I really liked this look.
Well, it just feels like a collection, and I think that's why I'm wearing this today, because I'm going for like their plastic fishy energy that they're all doing.
But if this was a collection, would this not clearly be the prettiest, best one?
Like
that
the
you
wedding
put out
dress?
at the end? Yeah. I think so.
I think it would be against Greta White.
Oh, I mean,
Which
Greta's
is the
was
same
nice.
silhouette
Yeah,
and material.
Same silhouette, same material. We'll talk about that one when we get to it. But for now, we'll say Hidden. You fell into the trap of using some similar materials. It's not quite a full kimono gate, but there was just a little sameness. So I think yours was maybe
Oh, she looks gorgeous, though.
You look great.
Like,
it's gorgeous.
We can't take that away.
We
we won't.
We can't and we won't.
Like, why would we do that? She's stunning.
Yes, we love you, Hidden. I think she's going to win next week, and people are going to realize she's a contender.
Yeah. I feel like people already know. Like, people online love her.
She's so great.
Yeah.
Her confessionals are good. She's very charming. I love her. Yay. Thank you, Hidden, for being you. Next to the stage, we have Lysa Sensusi being a lizard bat.
She was a
creature
lizard villain.
She's like a Mothra, like a Godzilla villain of some kind. I think she really sold it with her presentation because when she was running around swinging that cape around, I was just like, this girl is having a blast. I don't care what she's wearing. She's just having fun.
Well, it seemed like she had to overperform. I think sometimes when we see girls overperforming and it looks actually good that they're doing it, I think what is really happening is they're just having to do it in their head because they know there could be in the bottom.
I think so.
So I think that's what happened because she looked great. Overperforming, but she was overperforming because she was trying to hide everything that was happening.
I do think it was like, if I move fast enough, they won't be able to see all the details. And how
but the crotch
apart.
Area.
Do you think the crotch happened when she was flipping about, or did it rip already?
I think it ripped when she was just putting it on or something. Which is something that she brought from home, and then the only thing she used was the egg cartons, and that was it.
If there was a lot more egg cartons and she kind of completed this like lizardy, scaly mutant.
She was like a mutant.
It would have looked like this.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm dressing up for everybody tonight.
You're every woman. It's all in you. We don't have the rights.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Next to the stage, we have our dearly beloved Santa Lucia, and she looks beautiful. Stunning. Yeah. The silhouette's
she was giving
perfect.
me, what is that ballet movie?
Black Swan?
Black Swan. She was giving me Black Swan.
Oh, yeah. She's like half Mina, half Natalie.
Because she's like, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, she's like if they were able to consummate their sexual relationship and have a baby, it would be Santa Lucia. It would be Santa Lucia. Okay. I love that. I think the silhouette's perfect. I think the black gloves are nice, but you commented that maybe...
I did not understand the black gloves. Yeah. But then when Venenito showed up with the black bow, I was like, is that kind of the reference of the connecting point? Because I was like, well, if she's going to wear black gloves, should she be wearing like black heels or like...
A black heel might have worked.
You know, because it was just the only thing that was happening. But I think overall, that's such a minor detail.
Yeah, and I really love Santa in this sort of big blown out 80s brunette. I think it's like a short blowout is a really good look for her. So I liked that with this look. No notes, really. I thought it was lovely. Yeah, great job, stunning. Santa. Next to the stage, we have Isabella and Catalina. I liked this presentation a lot.
I don't know what happened.
I liked their symmetricalness, even though they were opposite.
I'm in the sense of they look stunning. They're literally, their silhouettes were fully different than everybody else.
True.
Their direction was fully different than everybody else.
Yeah.
I am a little bit in shock that they were third bottom.
Yeah.
They're like, you know.
It was pretty strange.
Yeah.
I wonder if they were maybe being set up for storyline and it didn't work out, or if maybe they, like your conspiracy theory, were being offered up as some kind of sacrificial lamb.
I think they were a sacrificial lamb. Because I don't understand why they would be in the bottom.
Yeah, especially...
Fair to say, we also had the same comment as soon as they came out. We're like, oh, those are like... Well, I said hot Cheetos with ruffles at the top. And like the rest was like...
You know when you go to 7-Eleven and they have like, oh, it's like hot Cheetos and Lay's like and pretzels all in one bag.
Yeah.
You're high, eat this. You know? It was very that.
It was very that.
But the flames looked nice.
They
didn't
look
crafty.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the judges were looking... I don't know... Like, just because they're polished, nice, like, they're polished on stage because they know what they're doing. Like, they have to rehearse it so many times because there's two.
Yeah. And so, if they look a little off, then they're going to look fake.
Exactly.
So
they have to come out, like, precise and, like, you know, direct and be like, okay, we need to be fully aware of our movements. And I think that's why they show up more polished, but I don't think that should be a bad thing.
I don't think it's a bad thing either. I was very confused. I think that, and, you know, she's my girl, but I do think Fifi was clearly... not as impressive as these two looks together.
Oh, yeah.
And the presentation as well.
I'm still not sure why she was saved.
The little
like
staged,
halfway saved.
The little scream together. That
was cute.
It was cute. Let's do it together. Ooh, I did a little pop that time. Okay, we love you girls, and we'll talk about what happens in...
We'll see you in San Diego.
We will see you in San Diego sometime. We thought these were good looks, so I apologize that you were put in the bottom. Next up, we have Greta White. I think this is one of her best looks of the season. This is kind of what I was expecting from Greta because it had a little more creativity.
Yeah.
Some of her looks have been very basic so far. And the fact that she made this there was surprising to me. It's like...
I'm going to say it again. Third look with the same silhouette and the same material.
I agree.
And so I cannot unsee that. I cannot overlook the three of them. yes, they're doing it in like a slightly different way, but they're all too similar. Like, I don't know, like, you know, when like you're doing homework and then, or like you're doing a test and then
Sure.
like you're trying to like see what the next person is doing, so you're
Yes.
trying to copy what they're doing, and
Of
so you
course.
only change a little bit of what you copied, and this is what the three looks look like.
Yeah, I think this could have been elevated because it was giving me a little bit of ballet if the train was instead like a tutu. Like
Yeah.
if they brought that up and volumized it, that could have been a way to differentiate it. But I think you're just kind of doomed to looking the same if you all are picking these same translucent materials.
Not necessarily. They all did the same train.
It's
They all
true.
decided to do that. They
Yeah.
all decided to do the same like cut of the like skirt and like the way that the like, you know, like they all decided to do the same thing. One of them was just like, well, I'm gonna be a sea creature with this, and then the other one was like, well, I'm gonna be like a Marie Antoinette style person, and then the other one was just like,
I'm, a
I'm just gonna look
ghost or-
pretty.
I really liked this look. I thought this was a really cool Greta look, and I agree. Yeah, she looked the same as the other girls, but this was a good look to me. The thing that confused me was the prop, the little sort of toilet brush that she was swinging around.
When she did come out, I did say she was what did I say?
A toilet?
No, it's not. No, at first I said she was you know, the
Chimney sweep.
like a
Yeah,
chimney.
she's like a glamorous chimney sweep. Okay.
Yes, and then it turned into like a bathroom
I think just because she was
duster.
blue.
I thought I said she was like one. Oh no, I said she was one of like the dust people that just dust, like, you know, you see in movies, and there's always like someone dusting.
No, I've got one
eavesdropping.
of those dusters. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I-
what she looked like.
It looked more like a toilet brush.
And then the more you looked at it, you could like turn into that.
Okay, well, we shouldn't be saying all these mean things about the garment because I think it's really lovely. I think the makeup was great. I think the head accessorization was great. Wig was good. So
Yeah.
even though it
I
wasn't
mean, good job overall.
good job, well constructed, not the most exciting, just because we've seen a couple things like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we have Light King, and wow,
Wow,
what
redemption.
a week for like. She looks amazing. This silhouette is really nice. I like the ruffling and the very strategic, classic draggy places to put ruffles. Here.
Very drag.
Yeah, very
Overall,
very classic drag.
classic drag. The little details of the French fry wrappers.
Yes, I like the French fry
You know, with
wrappers,
the
yeah.
like mix in with the hearts, mix with the butterflies. She really served.
I agree. And she looks a little lighter on her feet. She looks a little happier. Maybe she's settling in. Honestly, she's been in Mexico for like 2 weeks.
True, and we're like judging her,
Yeah.
like, girl, you need to be more confident. You need to be there, and she's still like in a different time zone.
Jet lagged.
Yeah.
Well, we think this is a great look. When I first saw the looks come out, I was like, okay, Peque Balderas is my winner.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I saw who the top and bottom for the week were, and Peque was not in the top, I was like, well, then the clear winner is Light
Light
King. So, Light King, I don't know how you're feeling about it. I feel like this could have been a win for you. I think maybe something is right around the corner for you because Santa sort of almost won last week, and then it sort of feels like Light King almost won this week. So maybe she'll carry that goodwill into next week's episode
Maybe.
and finally get her win. I would like that.
I would like to see it.
Yeah, we love you, Light King. Keep lighting up. So the girls get their critiques. They go back to the Salseo, and the judges deliberate, and it's time for them to pick their Mas and Menos of the week. First up, we have Raquel, and she picks Santa Lucia as her Mas. I think that makes a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Santa had a good week. And then this is where our disagreement starts to come in. She put Isa and Katan in the
I don't
Menos.
get it. She says that she's seeing this same, and I'm like, I don't know what you want.
Yeah.
So I was not sure why she put them in the bottom.
Well, she also put Aisha in the top last week. So
True,
maybe she's...
she did put Aisha in the top last week.
Look, she's stunning. She seems totally smart and capable, but for all we know, she just doesn't know anybody's name. She's just checking random boxes. We don't know what's going on set.
No, I think she's really good. I wish she does.
No, we're joking.
Maybe she's
Raquel, we
seen
love
maybe
you.
she's seen things during the actual show that
In
we're not
person,
seeing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because some of these garments might look different in different lights. We
Yes.
couldn't even agree what color Paper's tights were, so obviously there's things that we were missing. Yari picks her Mas and Menos. Her Mas is Light King, which we agree with.
Which we totally agree
Yeah.
with.
And her Menos is Uma.
Kyle,
which
which we also
I
agree.
guess we have to agree with, unfortunately. And Leital has gotten off her high horse and has started giving out some mosses this season. This week her moss goes to Paper Cut. And I think that's very nice
Very
to...
valid.
Yeah, because Paper took the notes. Paper is showing that he's still capable of growing, even though this is his second time in the competition. I thought this was nice. And Leital's Menos was Lysa, which can't really disagree with.
Yeah.
I don't
We agree. I think we agree with all the judges' critiques.
Yeah, even though we said that we didn't. I guess when you actually look at the Moss and Menos, I'm like, okay, sure.
Yes, but I feel like then that's why it doesn't make any sense that like everything that just sort of happened. Once you start seeing the totals of their points, I think that's where it paints a picture of like, well, are you really judging? Or like, because I feel like sometimes it's like they edit the judges saying a specific critique even though they said like 10 different critiques during filming.
Well,
and so they're picking and choosing, and I mean it has to do a lot with building a storyline around someone, because someone that may have gotten better critiques. And I feel like that's why like Fifiesta, like they only showed her best critiques. It might be that they're shaping her to be because she's been the front runner from the beginning, and so they didn't want to halt that yet, that they just edited a little bit to be like, they're giving her like, okay, you good critiques, instead of like, girl, what are you wearing? You know?
And our winners, spoiler alert, are Isabella and Catalina. No.
Can you imagine?
No, our winners are Santa Lucia and Paper Cut, which is super cute because not only do we love them both, but they sort of had some beef in episode 1
about specifically making outfits.
Yeah, and we got to see them making outfits backstage together, and we got to see them have this win together. It was a very cute and special moment. I love this.
So production is pulling strings,
a little bit,
which is great.
If production was not pulling strings, we would have a really crappy show. So keep pulling those strings, production.
Pull the string! Pull the string!
So they declare the Menos of the week are indeed Uma Kyle and Lysa Sansusi. But we just had this mini challenge where Uma won a pill that allows her to have immunity whenever she wants it. And we get an additional twist when she plays it, when she is told, oh, you get to pick who takes your place. And I don't understand what that has to do with this protein or this fiber capsule.
True, it was a fiber capsule the entire time. But I feel like in terms of strategy, is she knows Lysa and Susie is in the bottom.
Yes.
The way that I think she was playing it was the way that she was like the most simple one in which she plays. She was like, I know Lysa, she's my friend. Or maybe she's like, she's a fan favorite, so I don't want to send her home. So I don't want to pick the person that will send her home. Meaning, she could have picked like a strong lip syncer like Fifiesta and be like, okay, get Lysa and Susie out of here.
Honestly, that would have been so fierce.
But I think she was really smart to be like, these girls were like secret girls. No one saw them in the audition.
Yeah.
No one will fall in love with them too much. That she was like, I'm going to play it safe and get those girls so that Lysa could stay. I feel like that would be like her thinking that was happening, like 1,000 times per second.
I think if that was her strategy, it was probably smart because...
I mean, honestly, I would have made chaos, and I would have picked Fifiesta to get Lysa out.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to win, you probably got to beat one or both of them, so get one of them out.
Because exactly, it's like, if I really want to get up to top 4, the strong girls have to leave. And it's like very obvious that Lysa is really loved by the producers.
Yeah.
Like, I think at this point, like, they always show incredible critiques of her, even when we're like, like that is the only one that's being like more honest about some of that. But like, I think overall the edit on her has been really positive. That I would like, if I had been there, I would have been like, you need to leave now.
Yeah.
And I would have picked someone strong to take Santa home. But that's just me.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Issa and Kata sort of get picked to be sacrificial lambs in this case, because I think the second they got put in the bottom, neither of us had
They
any...
knew.
They knew, we knew, the world knew.
The world knew. No, they were not going to get rid of Lysa and Susie. Like, they already got rid of the sales fav on the first episode, or like second episode, first eliminated. They were not going to get rid of another person that was on that level.
And furthermore, like, I have really grown to like Isabella and Catalina and what they do, but when I see them, I don't think like really owning the stage, really commanding a performance with a lip sync. I feel like they're more like they're really talented. They're little babies. You know, they have their dips figured out. They have a couple of little. They're really into voguing right now. It's like cute, right? But it's just not. They haven't found out exactly what makes them good lip syncers yet. And I think once they figure that out, watch out because they could probably win an All Stars of La Mas Draga. Don't you think?
No.
Okay.
I mean, there's so many much better people out there that could win an All-Stars for La Mas Draga. But I know what you're saying. You're saying that they're on their journey.
Yes.
To be like get better. It's like kind of when like a 21-year-old gets on Drag Race.
Oh my God! If I got on reality TV when I was 21, I would look a fool. I would be out first, you know. So congrats, girls, for doing as well as you did. I thought you looked lovely the whole time.
I'm very sad you left.
I'm very sad. And they do lose the lip sync, but they get to say their goodbyes. Everyone's pretty sweet about it.
Very emotional.
Yeah. And it's very sad to see them go. I can't wait to see them more. You know, they are the only La Mas Draga girls that live here in the U.S., so hopefully we'll get to see them here in California sometime. But in the meantime, we have to say goodbye. They go over and see the Venenos and leave their one picture, very Romeo and Michelle, one picture, two girls, on the altar. So next week, we will have a whole new episode of La Mas Draga to comment on. Now that we're not quite at the halfway point, but we have more information. We've seen these girls a little more. It's been a couple episodes. Has your front runner shifted? Are you still on the Peque Balderas bandwagon?
I'm still on the Peque Balderas. That's my winner.
I would be shocked if she was not top 4.
And my new one is Santa Lucia.
Oh, okay. I would love that. Yeah.
My top 2.
If I had to pick a top 2 right now, sounding like a broken record, I think it would be Peque and Fifi. But I could see Hidden right there. I could see Santa right there. I could see Paper, like just sticking it out, making it all the way to the top this time. I could see a bunch of things happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be very interesting to see what happens.
For all we know, some fucking girl's gonna come back in here and fuck everything up like they sometimes do on these shows.
I mean, I think they're already doing that. Like today's episode is proof of that. You don't need a girl to come back. You can just make a mess with what you have.
So you don't think there's going to be another Avias Coup situation where like Deseos comes back and wins the crown?
No, I think that was such a big moment and specific to a season that I don't think they will be able to replicate that.
And they shouldn't try.
And they shouldn't try. So I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay. Well, sorry, Deseos fans. I tried. That's it.
Like I'm the producer. I'm the one that's putting them back in.
Yeah.
I'm controlling everything as it happens.
Well, that's about all we have for this week as far as the episode goes. But let's check in with our comments. We had a few new comments this week. If you would like your comment read on the show, if you have a question for us, just leave it below this video and we'll get to it next week. We'll pick a few of our favorites. Our first note comes all the way from Chile, from a person named Pipe. And I am doing my best to translate this in my head as I read it. But they say, I love your reaction video, your recap. And uwu, that's a universal language. That's neither Spanish nor English.
That's very universal.
Greetings from Chile. So thank you so much, Pipe. We love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love that people are watching in South America. And
hello to Chile.
Yeah, hello to Chile.
Which Jinx Mansoon was just in Chile.
Jinx was just in Chile. I was not invited. Lucas Kendolfini writes in, love from Brazil. So we have
love
another.
To Brazil.
Yeah. Come to Brazil. Hey, Brazil, why don't you come here for a change?
I'd rather us go.
I mean, it does look fun, yeah. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you for watching, and we do hope to visit South America one day. We have another message from ACDC cover. Oh, wait. ACD cover. Do you see how I did that, though? I wonder what ACDC song they're covering. ACD cover writes in, oh my god, I discovered this channel today, and for real, I'm in love with it. Love you guys. Mwah. Mwah.
Wow, that's so cute.
Thank you, ACD cover. And I have one more comment here that I pulled. Let me read this.
I wonder who it is.
What's this say? Soy una pinche bruja? Why do I know that name? Is that familiar to me somehow?
People are going to think you're not joking.
I'm acting. Wait, that's Santa Lucia's Instagram handle. Lucia. That's Santa Lucia. She left a comment.
That's her YouTube handle. Yes.
It's also her Instagram handle.
Yes.
It's both. I'm not wrong, but thanks for telling me I am.
But thank you, Santa Lucia. That is literally, that made, I think, both of our days when we saw your
Yes.
comment. And we appreciate that you enjoyed watching our show.
Yeah, when we started this, we weren't like, oh, I can't wait for the La Mas Draga girls to watch it.
We just really appreciate the support that we're getting from the community.
Yeah.
And, you know, to have queens from the actual show leave a little message, you know, I think that means a lot for us and what we're doing. And we hope to, you know, continue to entertain you
Yeah,
as the season goes by.
Yeah, and we hope we're doing a good job recapping the show and showcasing your drag talents because we think you're awesome. And thank you so much, Santa Lucia. And thank you to everyone watching at home. Whether you are on La Mas Draga or not, please leave a comment. We would love to hear from you.
And also, please let us know who you think was the top queen of the week and who you thought was going to be in the bottom two. And if the person that you imagined was going home went home or not. I think
Are you
it'd be
psychic?
interesting to know.
Yeah, are you psychic or were you totally surprised like us? We'll find out.
We'll find out.
So leave another comment. We love you. Thank you so much. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.